Okay, so this makes no sense to me at all. How what their story is supposed to be on this. Supposedly they add in a 5 second delay right here as he's getting out of the car. So what that would mean is Shepard Smith would basically be transporting in time 5 seconds ahead of what the viewer is at. So in order to do that with the live video footage, you would have to basically rewind and go back in time 5 seconds. And that's what you see right here is the guy does a little sequence where he's standing by his door, and then you see like a clip in the footage, and then it rewinds you about 5 seconds back, and you see that again. So at that point, Shepard Smith should be 5 seconds ahead of us. He should be 5 seconds ahead of us, and his story, his explanation for this makes no sense too, because they said that space where you don't hear him talk is when they're going doing the delay, but that's not how a delay works. What you would see is either the screen would have to freeze for 5 seconds, and the viewer would just see a still screen for 5 seconds, or they could um, go back 5 seconds and play that part over that you just saw, and then at that point you'd be 5 seconds behind what Shepard Smith and Fox News is seeing in their studio. So uh, this goes. And the whole thing about this is it doesn't make any sense because the way Shepard Smith reacts to the shooting is he acts like he's 5 seconds behind us, what the viewer is seeing, which totally makes no sense and is I don't even know if it's physically possible to do that where you reverse the delay. It's like I don't know if that's even possible to do. A mistake that is like one of the most ridiculous mistakes you could ever make. I mean, so we saw a delay being added in there, but now we're supposed to believe that uh, Shepard Smith is 5 seconds ahead of us right now. What he's seeing on the screen and his producers is 5 seconds ahead of what we're seeing. Okay, then. Okay. So they add the delay in there, right there. It replays the last, whatever, 5 seconds or so of film. Okay, so at this point, Shepard Smith should be seen 5 seconds ahead of what we're seeing. So the guy should be more down the path, like down here or whatever. Yeah. So let's see here, 120. Okay, so now if Shepard Smith was 5 seconds ahead of us, this is the point as we're watching this right here. He's seen the guy pull the trigger. He's 5 seconds ahead of us. We're seeing this right now. There's 5 seconds until the guy pulls the trigger to his head. Okay, then why don't you hear a reaction out of anyone? The only reaction you hear is an "oh my god" right when the guy pulls the trigger, which sounds like it's from the producers or whatever behind at Fox News. And then Shepard Smith, at this is the point, this is the footage he would be seeing if he was like 5 seconds behind what we're seeing, which would be a reverse of a delay. It would be him on a 5 second delay, which wouldn't even make any sense. So he's saying right now, at this point, get it off, because he's seen something like, see how he's pulling out the gun right there and something's going on? That would make sense that he was going, get it off, yelling like that for a few seconds, and then you can see the reaction on Shepard Smith's face, almost like he's seen the guy actually pull the trigger. But the thing is, that's 5 seconds after the viewer is watching it. So how does that make any sense? They're supposed to be 5 seconds ahead of us, what we're watching. What you're seeing him do is act like he's 5 seconds behind. So I don't get how that possibly could have happened. I don't even understand how that could have happened, but that's what we're seeing here. They're not. Shepard Smith is supposed to be seeing footage 5 seconds ahead of what we're seeing. Okay, so there's that. And then he's saying, get it off. And then he tells this story when he comes back on that we were on a 5 second delay and somehow somebody screwed up. No, like we weren't on a delay. The viewer was seeing live footage and you were seeing like 5 seconds after us. So you were the one on the delay. I don't see why the vice president of Fox News is getting on saying that there was gross human error and that they did everything in their part. They had it on a 5 second delay is what they're claiming, and that somehow someone screwed up and dropped the ball and it got shown on TV. Well, I'm saying that there was never even a 5 second delay. There just wasn't. It wasn't on a delay.
Get off it. Get off it. Well, some explaining to do. While we were taking that car chase and showing it to you live, when the guy pulled over and got out of